Welcome to ADS452 News today. I am Muhammad Arif will share about background of the ethical issues. These ethical issues about Juliari Batubara corruption case regarding integrity issues and challenge. Integrity is the quality of having strong ethical principles that are followed at all times. Honesty and trust are central to integrity as it consistency. The Indonesian Minister of Social Affairs has been accused of accepting bribes while organizing food aid for victims of the coronavirus pandemic. Anti-corruption agents discovered more than 14.5 billion rupiah stuffed into suitcases and other containers and arrested 4 suspects during a raid on Saturday. The Jakarta Corruption Court panel of judges has handed down a harsher punishment for the former Social Affairs Minister, but anti-graft activists says that the former minister should have received a heavier sentence and criticized the Corruption Eradication Commission's KPK for not pursuing a harsher punishment in the case. According to the worldwide organization Transparency International (TI), Indonesia corruption perception rank dropped from 85 to 102 out of 180 countries because the score dropped 3 points last year. Indeed, corruption is a key obstacle to Indonesia's growth, and fighting it has been a top focus during the reform phase. Often, Indonesia authorities do not view acts of bribery or corruption as corrupt practice. Increasing the training and knowledge of the types of corruption activities is vital in changing these attitudes. I will pass the next part to the other speakers. Thank you.
Initially, I will explain about the actor in this issue. Actor can be defined as individuals who have attained some level of political power or authority given society and engage in action that can have a substantial impact on conflict-related choices, policy, media coverage, and the outcomes. According to the ethical issue, which is integrity issue and challenges of the case Juliari Batubara COVID-19 food aid bribery case, the first actor in this case is Corruption Eradication Commission, which is KPK, Komisi Pemberantasan Korupsi in Indonesia. The first hearing of Juliari Batubara's trials, prosecutors from the Corruption Eradication Commission accused him of accepting bribes of up to 32.48 billion, which is equivalent with 2.23 million from contractor distributing COVID-19 food aid package to the person in need. On the other hand, the action taken by the Corruption Eradication Commission is, if proven guilty of stealing public funds, Batubara could be sentenced to life in prison. However, the action taken for Juliari is the Jakarta Corruption Court has convicted former Indonesia Social Affairs Minister Juliari Batubara to 12 years in prison for his role in the multi-million-dollar COVID-19 fraud case. There are a few suggestions in order to overcome this issue. The first is to end the impunity. Effective law enforcement is essential to ensure the corrupt are punished and to break the cycle of impunity or the freedom from the punishment or loss. Besides that, successful enforcement approaches are supported by the strong legal framework, law enforcement branches, and an independent and effective court law system. Civil society can support the process with initiatives such as the President of Indonesia, Joko Widodo, have campaigned a promise to lead a clean administration in a country that placed 85 out of 180 countries in Transparency International 2019 Corruption Perception Index.
Hi, I am Manisha. Now I will present about impact of corruption. First of all, the impact of corruption issue is affected to society. According to Juliari Batubara case, Juliari has found guilty of taking bribe through fund that purposed to use for poor citizens during COVID-19 pandemics. This issue caused the hardship among poor citizens because they need to endure hunger due to financial constraint. Other than that, this issue also has increased the gap between rich and poor people because cost of living has increased due to corruption case. Next impact is individual that involves in corruption with loss of integrity. Juliari Batubara is known as former Indonesian Minister of Social Affairs who lost trust as the leader toward society and country due to his case in corruption, and also his career advancement opportunities also will be affected. This is because people need the responsible individual with high integrity that can help them to improve the standard of living in the country. Therefore, individual that involves in corruption will be underestimated by citizen and country. That's all from me. Thank you. Elsie will present the next impact.
The third impact of the case of Juliari Batubara is economic loss and inefficiency. Indonesia is one of the countries that have a huge amount of populations in Southeast Asia. It might cause some difficulties for the government to handle the economy in the country, especially during this pandemic of COVID-19. When the issues like Juliari Batubara become a problem during this pandemic, this could make the economy in the country facing difficulties and become unstable. Juliari Batubara was allegedly taking illegal payment in one of the government's programs that had been organized to help the low-income society. The society will become the people who will get affected due to the problem like this. The government need to be responsible to serve the society, help the society, and make sure their rights are guaranteed. The last impact is lower society confidence in public authority. In the case of Juliari Batubara, this will create negative thought from the society. Juliari Batubara was one of the ministers in Indonesia, and his responsibility is to serve the society, but vice versa due to his corruption issues. When there are issues like what happened to Juliari Batubara, who involved in corruption and bribery, this could make the society lose their trust and confidence toward the public authority. The public authority is supposed to help the society when they are in difficulties, especially during this pandemic.
Hi, I am Rena Jawa and I'm going to conclude on the above issue. In conclusion, corruption will give many negative effects. It will give a great loss to those countries and the people in the country. This is because corruption will hinder the country to fully recognize its economic potential and also will cause the remarkable injustice in the society. The person who was involved in the corruption also will face the same as people who lost trust on him to be their leader. Furthermore, this issue was difficult to be handled even though there are many strategic ways to tackle the problem. This is because if the government still remain undemocratic in implementing their responsibility as leader in those countries, this issue will not be able to be avoided. Therefore, the responsible actor need to take immediate action to avoid those problems from happening. For example, the people that work in the public sector, especially those that work to fulfill the public interest, need to make sure that they work with honesty, transparency, and accountability. This is because public sector that work with transparency will able to gain the trust of the society, as the public sector will inform all the progress of the project that they're working on. Furthermore, the voter that also play an important role, as they need to make sure that the person that they vote for able to carry his or her responsibility with honesty. Thank you.